What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're checking out a teeny tiny game that I think actually has a really solid core foundation. It just needs more stuff added to it, like more complexity. But it's one of those games like Space Beast Terror Fright. It kind of stands out the first time that you play it. It's a little title called Space Trench, and this is going to be a game that's pretty heavily inspired by, say, Killing Floor, or something like Space Beast Terror Fright, or maybe something like Call of Duty Zombies. I think that's a really powerful combo right there, and I think that this first-time developer has actually stumbled onto something very original and unique, and given the fact that original and unique things are kind of rare nowadays, like most stuff is basically a rehash of something that you've seen before with 2 or 3 changes, maybe 4 or 5 changes if you get really lucky. I like supporting things that are original and unique. In this game, you are a spaceman that's being sent as a reclamation agent to an old space station that's fallen apart, and it's been taken over by bloodthirsty space aliens. The goal of the game is that the corporation has already deployed scrap harvesters all over the ship, and you've got to survive for a certain amount of time while incrementally every couple minutes each of those scrap harvesters is going to kick out the scrap that you're there for. Then you're going to use that scrap to buy upgrades, to buy new guns, to buy all kinds of perks and things that make you a little bit stronger, and hopefully survive until the mission is over. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description where you can check the game out. It's currently on sale for $3, which I think you get a lot of bang for your buck in this game for $3. There's a lot of metagame, there's a lot of unlocks, there's a lot of roguelite type stuff, and also as you get your metagame progression filled out, the game will start to fill in the maps with more supplementary things like Minecraft, or like mines, like minefields that you can pay to have deployed along certain walls, and things to help you out along the way. I think it's kind of interesting. So if after watching this you wanted to get it, I got a link for you down below in the description. It's on sale for $3 right now, along with its release. On top of that, you can also find a bunch of other links to Nerd Castle localities down below in the description, just in case you want to hang out at those things, give them the old saucy lick, I don't know, booty bump them into submission, whatever you want to do, but let's play the game. So Space Trench, what we want to do is we need to pick out a mission. Right now I have 2 maps that are unlocked. So I've got the crew quarters, which has become the feeding ground of the Targonids, which is the name of the aliens inside of this game. It's got lots of long hallways. It's got lots of things that break your line of sight while you're trying to set up defensive blockades. The blue thing right there is the workbench. That's going to be the location that you have to fall back to whenever you want to order new guns or get new ammo, or you wanted to add perks to your character to make yourself stronger and more likely to survive further waves. The yellow things are going to be the scrap harvesters. That's where you have to get to in order to get your currency. And then the A's right here are doors that are closed at the beginning of the map, and you can manufacture keys to open these doors up inside the workbench so that it'll open up and then you've got free flow throughout the entire map. For right now, we'll start out with the simple level first, the maintenance sector, because I've got this one down. I've been hammering away on this level for about 2.5 hours. I haven't completely beaten it yet, but I have made it to the final boss. But the nice thing here is your metagame unlocks, they are not based on your progression through the levels. Instead, you are assigned a score for how much scrap you managed to harvest, how many aliens you managed to kill, and how long you lasted on the map. Then those scores are just added together. You've got kind of like an individual rewards list right here where it'll tell you, so let's say I've played this level 3 times and I got 50,000 score 3 times in a row. I would have unlocked everything up to 150,000 points down here. It stacks. So you can't get a limited amount of points out of each level. You're allowed to grind and play them over again in order to get your metagame going. There is a lot of metagame stuff in this title, and it does feasibly make your character a lot stronger on each consecutive run. So if you're having trouble, have no fear. The game will help you along eventually, so long as you have bare minimum first-person shooter skills. Let's go ahead and dive on in. I've already got my loadout set up. You can pick your loadout at the beginning of the game based on all the weapons you have unlocked, but here we are inside of the workshop. I'm going to go ahead and interact with it because we've started out with about 1,000 scrap to give ourselves a starting loadout. That way we can get things done a little more effectively. My idea here would be, I think that we should start out I don't know if we should start out with the pistol. That might be a little bold, but right now I've got 3 different guns that I'm able to purchase, and then if you purchase them multiple times, it boosts up their damage so that you hit harder and get more ammo efficiency out of that gun, because there's also kind of like a Resident Evil influence on this game. I don't know if you ever played the missions that had hunk in them. It's kind of like that. This game also features a lot of scarcity, where you're constantly conflicted between, okay, do I upgrade my guns? Do I upgrade my stats and make myself faster with faster fire rate or faster reload speed? Do I buy perks inside the perk shop over here to give myself weird bonuses, like my guns now all fire 2 bullets instead of 1? You know, there's lots of things to think about with this game based on the situation that you currently find yourself in, and I think that's what the developer's doing very well. For right now, we'll buy the Lint AR. That's going to take us down by 200 bucks. I'll probably... Ooh, what do I want to do? I don't know exactly what I want to do here. Let's unlock the A doors first. No, let's do the B doors first. And then we're just going to buy ammo with the remainder of our cash. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall back to a hold point here. There's my assault rifle. This is not going to be a game that has absolutely ridiculously, crushingly incredible graphics. This is a very simple game visually. But one thing that I think the developer has captured with this title is he's done a really good job with sort of Romero-era lighting and shading. The way the game throws shadows very much reminds me of the old Doom games or like the old Quake games, and I find that to just be, maybe it's just my nostalgia being an 80s kid, but I do like it when I see shadows like that. For right now, this right here is a scrap harvester. Every single time this meter fills up, it's going to put 50 scrap in the pile. We've got 2 harvesters that are unlocked right now, one right here and one back behind our workshop. I'm going to chill in this spot for a little bit because aliens aren't really going to come for the first couple of minutes. They will occasionally show up, but it'll only be like 1 or 2 of them, and the gameplay is not going to be that interesting. I'm going to wait for my cash to stack up, and I'll bring you guys back in once actual headaches are happening. Ah, there's our first targeted right there. There's actually quite a few of them. Let me mag dump them. Oh, he blocked my line of sight. Okay, let's move back over here. They do have weak points on them that you can shoot that'll do like double damage. You're not going to get any hit markers or feedback though on whether you're hitting those spots, but there's our first batch of aliens down. These things right here are spitting out scrap about every 25 seconds or so, and so we haven't really built up enough scrap in the pile yet to make it worth it to harvest these. You don't get a bonus for letting repeating layers stack on up, although I wouldn't be surprised if there's a perk or something later on that does allow you to achieve that. But for now, we kind of just gotta hang out and wait and see what the aliens do. And once I start to feel like I'm getting a little bit low on ammo or I'm getting a little bit pressed up on, that's when we'll make the run through the building, because I find that when you're in motion in this game, that is when you are the most at risk. Really what you want to do is follow killing floor rules, where you kind of hole up in a corner until your ammo starts to get moderately low. Then you're gonna do a loop, harvest everything, go back, upgrade everything you can, buy more ammo, maybe booby trap some hallways or something like that, at which point you're going to go back to your fallback spot and wait for it to happen again. Next wave is here, so I think after this one, I am going to try to upgrade all my stuff. There we go. We hit the sweet spot on that one. We had about, it looks like 350 scrap right there. That's good. Let's drop him real quick, and then I'm going to move on up the stairs. We've only got like 1 magazine left in service at the moment, so we're going to want to keep it extra strength frosty while we're moving through the hallways. I've already memorized the map layout, but if at any point you feel like you're a little bit overwhelmed and you can't figure out where you want to go, you can pause the game, take a look at a map. It doesn't tell you where your character is at on the map. I don't know if there's a perk that allows that to happen, but you will have to navigate basically by understanding where you're at. My initial advice is just start out with the workshop, maybe play this little area and don't open any of the doors the first time you play through until you feel comfortable with this area and you can navigate the hallways Space Hulk style without getting disoriented. Then the junk layer is really easy to figure out, water treatment's really easy to figure out. This little area right here though is kind of like your first introduction to the game, getting a little bit, I don't know, twisty and turny. You're definitely inside of a spaceship here. I think I heard an alien. Did I hear an alien? Yeah, I did. We had a spitter, and then we've also got one of the big dogs over here. All right, we got him dropped real fast, but ammo's starting to look real suspect. So let's spend some of this stuff on new upgrades. First things first, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upgrade my AR once to get 20% more damage. I'll probably, what do we have inside it here? So we've got a proximity amplifier, so enemies that are close to you take more damage. Okay, we got fear of the dark. You can move 15% faster when your flashlight is off. We got brute force mindset. Nothing in here that I'm crazy excited about, so I'm going to refresh the shop real fast and see if anything else comes through. We've got molten ammo, which allows our bullets to pierce through multiple targets. That might be good for when they stack up. We've got engraved bullets here. The first shot damage from 100 to 115%. Okay, we can get a high-capacity battery for our flashlight that'll increase our visibility. We've also got leech nanobots over here that make it so we heal whenever we kill an alien by harvesting their parts. I don't think I'm going to go for that just yet. Instead, I'll probably buy a little bit of ammo. And then, with my leftover currency, I'll probably upgrade. No, I'll probably buy a shotgun. That way I have a secondary gun to play around with. Not going to have any ammo for it for right now. But we do have enough ammo for the Linty Boy at the moment that it should work out okay. I'm going to go back to my fallback spot, and we're just going to hang out over there until we have enough cash to put together the A-door key. And then once the A-door key is open, we should be able to triple our scrap output pretty easily, so long as we're not afraid of moving through the facility, kind of like slicing the pie and not getting ourselves taken out. So I've only got 4 rounds for my shotgun right now. We're definitely going to have to get a few more shells if we want to make that work. However, my killing floor knowledge tells me that one of the best things you could possibly get if you were, I was the player in killing floor that had the shotgun, the AA-12, that was my favorite class. There was a penetrating upgrade you could get for the AA-12 that made you a positive wrecking ball when it came to hordes. And so I'm kind of like thinking that might actually be a really, really good upgrade just for heavy shotgun users in this game so that you can spray into a crowd. Because as of right now, there's not really a whole lot of aliens trying to rock up on us, but there will be later on. The amount of aliens is going to go up pretty aggressively. Kill that spitter right there. Got you all nice and laid out. I don't know how long I want to chill here, waiting for the cash to come in. How much do I have banked right there already? 250? Okay, there we go. Drop him real fast. I'll probably wait, so if we're getting every 22 seconds, we're getting 50 scrap from every node that we have out. I'll probably chill here till about 7 minutes. And then once we're at 7 minutes, that's when I'll do the loop, grab everything that I possibly can, and get the hell out of here. Few more aliens trickling on through, but if I can tap fire them out. Oh, I got a spitter right there. Okay, I wasted a little bit more. Try to count every single bullet you fire in this game, and always try to hit the enemy in their sweet spot. That's what I'll tell you, is because I don't know if you noticed, but the price of ammo goes up every single time that you buy it. If you lean too hard on one gun and its ammo supply, it is going to get catastrophically expensive for you to buy a magazine for that weapon by the time you get to the boss fight. And that's going to be like 7 different shades of absolutely awful. So I'm thinking one more wave, and it's going to be time for us to move out. This collector's almost done with its next payload. As far as I know, it should have like 250, 300 inside of it. Aliens are starting to get a little bit more frequent for right now. Aliens do have different behaviors in this game. There's not going to be anything that like hides in the ceiling and tries to snatch you or anything else like that. But there are aliens that'll fire like one shot at you, then try to run away. You go away. Those little guys right there, they'll sneak in, they'll spit at you like once, and then they'll try to run away from you, which can definitely make them difficult to chase down and track down, especially when they're ambushing like crazy. Let's get down the hallway real fast. I don't see any more aliens, but I definitely don't want to get trapped in that room. 500 scrap inside that collector, which is magnificent. That's perfect. We should have enough money to open up the A-door, which will then add like another 30% scrap to our overall economy, at which point we should be firing on all cylinders here. So let's get the A-door open. A-door is now officially open. We're going to spend some money, so we get 4 shotgun shells, or like 6 shotgun shells for each purchase right here. Let's take that up a little bit, I think, until it costs us like maybe 100 to get more shells. There we go. And now I'm sitting on 42 shells. All right, fantastic. Let's fall back. I'm going to go to my super secret hidey hole spot. Although there is one inside the A room now that we've unlocked it. I found that there's a really good holdout point in there too that sort of controls the enemy spawns so that they're not coming from a million different directions while you're trying to survive in here. Yeah, you die, please. Thank you. You always want, if you're holding up right here, pull all the way back to the barrels. If you're forward towards that crate right there, they'll spawn from the left and from the right, and and then it gets really difficult to control them if they come in just like weird combinations. You go to sleep. 2, 3. Oh boy. Okay, there's another one. All right, we got all of them with one magazine, which actually works out pretty well. I don't know how long I want to hold here. We've only got 65 rounds left for this gun. I could lean on the shotgun a little bit harder. The shotgun does one tap if you manage to land every single pellet on the sweet spot. I would recommend adding hit markers to the game. If you take a look at the reticle right there, it shouldn't be too hard to have it connect and become kind of like a diamond every single time you hit the shot, or like a white dot in the center that flashes whenever you score a hit. This would be helpful because for normal shots, you would know if you're not hitting anything important, and then the dot could flash red if you're hitting the enemy in their critical hit spot, because as of right now, there's not really any feedback or blood splash or anything else for you successfully hitting the enemy on their soft spot. I will more than likely hang tight here till, well, I mean, I've got okay-ish ammo. I'll probably hold out till like 10:30, and then once we're at 10:30, I'll make the rounds. I'll show you the water treatment plant. Maybe we'll take a second and set up some landmines or something. I need to upgrade my movement speed before the boss gets here, because if you leave it at default base value at 25 minutes, the boss is going to absolutely chase you down and eat your lunch. It's going to be real, real bad. Die, please. Thank you. Appreciate that. The shotgun, it takes about a million billion years to reload, so be ready for that, but you can break the animation and fire out of the reload animation if you need to. All right, so we're sitting at 10 right now. Yeah, let's give it 30 more seconds. That last wave was a little bit more intense than I was ready to deal with. Hopefully that'll give me like 2 more harvests. Maybe I'll just send it now. Let's just send it now. I'm going to go straight to the water treatment plant because I find this route with all of its bridges that straighten out the enemies and keeps them on straightaways. It's also really lit right here, and I don't mean that in like the, hey, this is lit, bro. Like, I don't mean it in that way. I mean it like it's actually lit up. That's a proximity mine spot. You can actually load that up with proximity mines so that anything that walks past gets blown up. That's going to be one of your metagame upgrades, is that it adds those terminals variously throughout the map. I'd like to come down this way, but we want to watch this corner right here. We may get trapped in. We didn't get trapped in, so that's good. So let's get back into the twisties here. And now that we're in the twisties, actually put a proximity mine right there. I'm interested in seeing how well it works. I haven't run proximity mines hardly at all since I've unlocked them. And so if it kills something off, it'll make my life easier. We've got 1,000 scrap to play around with. Maybe time to buy a perk, possibly. Fall back. Okay, get a different gun out. Oh, Christ. Oh, the little one got me. Those ones should be pretty wounded, though, I think. Okay, I don't know if that was going to be the last of the wave. It's not the last of the wave. Get back around the corner. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, dude, there's a little one, too, right behind me. There's like one of the little baby targanids. Okay, let's get back over here, and I'd like to spend some money if I can enter the workshop without getting jumped from every direction. So what we want to do now is we kind of want to figure out what we want to spend our money on. There is a scrap overclock. This will make scrap generate faster. It takes you from like 24 seconds per scrap kick out. With 2 upgrades, it'll take it down to like 18 seconds, 19 seconds, which does add up in a time-limited game where you've only got 25 minutes to deal with, maybe to like 1 or 2 extra harvests. But we would have to put a lot of money into that to really get our mileage out of it. For right now, I think what I'd like to do is let's stock up on ammo since that's kind of vital. I'm going to buy ammo until that costs 100. Buy ammo till that costs 100, and that leaves us with 400 left over. Let's refresh this and see what comes through. We can reduce recoil, 50% chance to instantly gain 300 scrap. Oh man, I do like to gamble. Bullets can bounce. Okay. I don't really love any of these choices either. Let's go over here. The generator scrap from 110, increased difficulty from 100 to 120%. Yeah, it might be a little risky. We do have a stendo mag right there we could buy. I will take the stendo. That sounds all right to me. Swap back over to here. I'll probably buy the pistol, even though I may not use it that much. And then I'll just load up on ammo for the holdout pistol. Because if I can get 5 or 6 upgrades to the pistol's damage, it's actually pretty strong. But you've got to get it there first is really the issue. It starts out being an absolutely awful weapon. But if you can live long enough to get it where you want it to be, it's actually pretty good. We got a few more aliens coming in right there. We did not get the kill in one shot. Once again, did not get the kill in one shot. Unfortunate. I'm using too much ammo. There we go. Maybe I got to let them get closer. But they do lunge at you, which really makes it a little bit more complicated. More aliens coming on through. Got that one. I think if you land all the pellets, it one-shots too. Let me see when he lunges. Nope, missed that one, unfortunately. But the one that lunged right there, I definitely got more off of him. With these little pests right here, just kill them with the pistol to save ammo. They aren't worth an assault rifle round, and they definitely aren't worth a shotgun round either. We'll probably hang out here till 15 minutes. Then we'll do the rounds to pick up all of our scrap and kind of get things hustling and moving. Got him with one shot, though. Hell yeah. I love it when I get one-tap kills in this game. It's satisfying. The same way when you, like, auto-shotgun a crowd of zombies in Killing Floor and you can see all their heads coming off in a line from the penetration. Very satisfying stuff, man. I love getting one-shot kills. What's coming down? I saw something move. What's coming down right there? Oh. Just one of the little baby ones. All right, he's down. Okay, they're down. Your health does regenerate whenever a new enemy wave spawns, so don't worry about it too much unless you're taking a lot of damage and not dealing with waves before the next one arrives. You can see a little blue meter in the bottom left-hand corner that's timing out when the next batch of aliens are going to get here to really royally screw up our day and introduce, like, game over, man time. Nope. Ow! Yup. Okay. I said nope. He said yup. We got a flat rebuttal on that side. Shotgun shells are still holding out pretty well with their efficiency. All of the scrap harvesters should be synced. We got 350 out of that one, and I harvested 200 from it when I first got here. So the other ones should be on like, oh Christ, they should be on like 550. Whiffed a shot right there. Nothing worse can happen in this game than whiffing a shot because that's ammo that you just don't get any love out of forever. Are they coming from the right direction? They're not. Yeah, we've got okay scrap coming in. Are they already up the ramp? If they're not up the ramp, let me see if I can save a little bit of money here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Proximity mine worked out pretty well right there. It cost me 75, which was cheaper than the ammo it would have cost to kill those guys off. Christ. Okay, pretty beat up. Would rather not be beat up. Corners, man. Corners hyper deadly in this game. Corners will absolutely ruin your day. I'm going to break out something a little bit more precise. I don't hear any more footsteps, so I think we might be clear. Oh, it just spawned another wave. Okay, yep, that'll do it. My health is coming back. That's how I know. Let's get in here, and we're going to want to get military stimulant. We're going to want, like, 3 stacks of that. We want all of the stacks of military stimulant. Then I would say that now might be the time to throw some more upgrades at our guns. So let's upgrade the... I said I was going to upgrade the pistol to make it a little bit stronger. But let's get the AR upgraded like once. And then we'll go 1 ammo, 2 ammo, 3 ammo, 4 ammo. And then next time around, we'll maybe focus on upgrading the killing power of our guns. Because as it stands right now, we're actually looking pretty good on ammunition. And we're looking pretty good on movement speed. Like, this movement speed right here is going to be absolutely vital to clearing the final boss. And now, I say we kind of just hang out. Oh boy, swap guns, swap guns, swap guns. Okay, got him down, perfect. Foof. All right, Marines, we got to keep it nice and high and tight. We got to stay locked in. If I can last here until like 20 minutes, I will feel positively about that. Ow. Little spitter got away, man. I was going to try to snipe him, but he's not making it easy. But he came back. That's the one thing you can rely on is little baby spitter. He's going to come back. He's going to come back for more drama. Ooh, we're 3-tapping. Very nice. So long as we hit the sweet button. Okay. Oh, dude, and I wasted a whole bunch of ammo trying to tap that little dork out, bro. Ah! Few more trickling on in for right now, but it's pretty easy to drop them with the upgrades that we currently have. Yeah, I'm not, like, struggling too much with the overall killing power. Oh, I got that one straight through the other one, so I guess the bodies don't clip your bullets once the enemy actually goes down. Maybe I'll call this, like, what are we sitting at right now? We're sitting at like 400 inside of each one, like 350. Okay. Ammo is depleting a little bit. I would like to solve that. I do like the limited amount of ragdoll that the enemies have too. It makes it satisfying to blast them out of the air. I'm gonna wait for this one to tick on over. And once it does, that's when we're gonna go on our little search for more resources. Avoid coming up these stairs right here. Enemies start to act real wonky when they're on stairs. They can do a lunge, which will trap you in because they do have collision. Let me get this last turnover too. Let me get that right there. All right, so that's good. I don't think that light does anything right there. I would like to see new mechanics added to the game, like the ability to turn on lights inside of an area, like you could pay money to get an energy cell, and then you can slot it in to like a power section, and then that area gets powered, giving you like 20% more damage against all aliens that you kill inside of that area, but there's a chance like every 2 minutes or so. Oh, I ran out of ammo. Dead man's click. We're outpacing the aliens pretty good right now, though, with our normal land speed. But I would like to see little mechanics like that, too, where I could maybe pay scrap in order to fix the lamps. Get you real fast. I'm going to need some more shotgun shells. We're running real low right now. Christ. It's getting a little bit spicy in here. I don't want to get trapped in this room. But I do hear him. I didn't want to waste a shotgun shell on that little one on the ground, either. Okay, so with 1,500 all set up, let's refresh this shop real fast just to see if there's anything here that's going to be like super spicy sexy. I do like the metabolic stabilizer, so I'll take that. It makes us regenerate faster. Increases scrap gain from killing enemies from 0 to 100%, so it harvests the tissue of the recently deceased. I do like that too, yeah. Alright, I'll take it. That's enough perks for right now. Getting scrap for killing stuff, though, I don't know how much it's going to give me, but I'm going to think about it as though it's just kind of reimbursing me for my ammo. Let's give the AR another upgrade, and we'll give the shotgun another upgrade. We'll get 2 rounds of shotgun ammo. We'll get 3 rounds of AR ammo. I think I heard one this way. That would be real unfortunate. But grab that real quick. Well, didn't hit any of the sweet spots right there, unfortunately. But we do want to hit sweet spots from now on. We kind of want to play this thing like a sniper. At the beginning of the game, you're not going to get access to the assault rifle. It makes the game very challenging. Your first run is going to go catastrophically wrong. I can virtually guarantee you, because on your first run, all you have is a knife, a pistol, and the shotgun. The shotgun is the only weapon there that's like actually efficient and does its job properly. And so without a lot of upgrades, the pistol's kind of underwhelming. It's really only good for picking off the little tiny worms and stuff whenever they trickle on through, just to avoid spending like a very expensive shotgun shell or assault rifle rounds trying to tap fire him out. Another one coming from the left on this side. Ooh, we 2-tapped that one. Oh, I like that. All right. Another one on this side that's going to have to be dealt with. They are starting to pick up speed a little bit here, though. You can kind of see, like, the trickle rate is becoming much more truckly. I was fishing for a perk. There's a perk that gives you like 1% damage for every 20 scrap you have. I was trying to stock up scrap before we get to the final boss so that I can hit him extra strength hard when he gets here. But unfortunately, that perk hasn't come up inside the rotation, but I would like to have it. It would be great to have if I could get like 1,500 scrap lined up to give me like 5% damage per 100. Oof, that would be spicy. Okay, you're down. I'll probably wait here till 22, so we'll give it like another 20 seconds. Basically, when that kicks out is when we're going to get moving. Dodge around the corner. I don't need to deal with him right now. Okay, he's down. This one just kicked out. So let's grab what we can. I'm going to go shotgun for when we're mobile because there's a solid chance that something's going to come around a corner. Yeah, just like that right there. And the shotgun deals with these problems much more efficiently than the assault rifle does. All right, they're both down. Let's get into water treatment real quick. We'll grab what we can from this side. That was about 400 scrap. I would have liked to have gotten more, but what I like and what actually happens in life often seem to be very, very much misaligned, or as one of those things that you just gotta get used to in life. There's gonna be things that you want, there's gonna be things that you deserve, and you're not gonna get any of them. And you've got to figure out some way in your adulthood to avoid becoming catastrophically depressed about that paradigm. Got you. Ate a little bit of slime right there, unfortunately. I got one behind me. Should be able to deal with both of them without too many headaches. And let's figure out what we want to spend our 1,300 on before this gets any crazier or wilder. The game is paused, by the way, while you're inside the workshop menu. That's why I'm trying to hit it so fast, is so that I have a second to breathe and think about what's happening here. I think I would like to take Organ Harvester again. That would be good. We do have one up here that's kind of tempting. It's called Kinetic Bullets. It increases my damage by an amount that's equal to my movement speed. I've got 15% movement speed right now, though, and 650 for 15% more damage might not be worth it. This right here gives me a chance to not lose ammo whenever I fire my gun. If we could get that up to like 50%, that'd be major. Let's go for... So I need shotgun ammo. I definitely need that. Lint ammo would be good too. I'm going to refresh this one more time. I mean, I guess I'll take ammo fabricator. Ammunition mold is nice. When we pick up scrap, we get ammo. But it is very expensive. Reroll cost is doubled. Increased fire rate, reload speed, and damage for every one time you re-roll the perk menu. All kinds of interesting things in here, man. I really like their perks in this game. They've got, like, fun perks. One more re-roll and just kind of see what we get. We can get another Stendo mag. That'd be good. I'll take another Stendo. And then from there... What am I looking at on ammo right now? Probably just go for shotgun ammo, in all honesty. But I do like the decision-making process in this game very, very much. Like, really, I sit here staring at this menu. You can see all the edits and stuff like that. I stare for a little while trying to figure out exactly what is going to be the best addition to my repertoire. And so let's get back down into our holdout spot. We got 2 minutes till the boss gets here. I don't know if with 15% movement speed I can still outrun him. He's pretty fast. Like, he's pretty devastatingly fast, which worries me. And so, like, I don't know how this is going to go, but we are two-tapping these dudes right here if we're shooting them nice right and down the throat. I'll more than likely just grab the scrap that I can moving forward because we've got 1 minute till the boss gets here. And we're going to want to be in a defensible position when that happens, like a place where we can run him and kite him without stairs, because you notice how I slowed down a little bit right there when I went up the stairs? We don't want that. That's bad. Let's grab everything we can harvest for right now, and hopefully we'll have enough that we can make this thing happen when the boss arrives. But I do not want to be in the twisties over here when he gets here either, because the enemies aren't going to stop spawning. They're going to keep coming at us the entire time. We've got 744. 744, man, let's just get ammo. I think that's where we're at right now, is all the ammo that we can possibly stack. Maybe I can get... Yeah, ammo fabricator 2 is good. I'll take that. And then we're going to want to be somewhere where we can run from this thing in about 30 seconds. Maybe even in a landmined out spot, possibly. But we don't want everything to detonate the landmines as they come by. God, you scared the bejesus out of me, bro. Boss will be on the grid in 5 seconds. Okay, give me that right there. And we'll kind of see where he comes from. Okay, here comes the quadruped. What direction he's going to come from? Hard to say. There he is right there. Okay, so we've got him looped. Let's light him up a little bit. We're going to have to duck a lot of these aliens on our way through. Oh, he leaves deadly slime on the ground. Beautiful. Flip around for a second. Let's give him another mag. Okay, fall back down this hallway. We got some damage going off on him, but it's really going to depend if I get headed off at the pass here by anything. Oh, we got so lucky right there. We got very, very, very lucky. Okay, keep running. Keep reloading. Keep hoping for the best. We got to make this stairwell over here before we get headed off. Ah! I'm going to strongly suggest just firing wildly down the hallway at this point. Just seeing what damage we can score and where we can score it at. Our scrap gain is quite high right now, and so we may want to try to harvest something on our way through just to see if we can get a little bit more ammo money. Ow, acid in my feet. Ow, hurts so much. Hate it. Can't go that way. Keep going this way. Acid. It's all over my toesies. Okay, right here, right here, right here. Oh, he's still not dead, dude. Why is he still not dead? I've shot him so many times. Woo! I finally beat the level, man. I've been hammering on this level for like hours. So at the end of every single match, you are going to get yourself a score. So there it is right there. Your score is going to be added on into the total amount of points you've gotten during the course of your roguelite career. So we've got stun traps right there, so that's good. We got critical hit special orders. So the special orders are the perks and things that I was looking at while we were going through the game. That's good. And then we unlocked the cat rifle. We've also got the targeted infant. So this is going to be extra stuff. The game has a bonus menu where it'll show you like concept art for everything. It's all clearly made. You can see the level of art inside this game at the moment, and that would be my piece of advice right there. But I suppose I could do my closing thoughts. I think I came into this one not expecting much. When you cover or you take a look at 30 or 40 games a week, you learn not to expect a lot because you get disappointed so many times on a daily basis that you learn to just take things as they come. But in the case of Space Trench, this is a $3 game with pretty lo-fi graphics. It doesn't really have a unified art style for its UI or other accompanying sectors of the game outside of the gameplay itself, and yet I was still pretty pleasantly surprised with this one. The assemblage of the game, it shows that the developer, while making his first game, that's what you need to understand, is this game was made by a solo developer, and this is their first attempt to make a game. What I saw playing this for about 3 hours is that this developer is keenly aware of what makes a game fun when it comes to design elements, upgrades, generalized gameplay, the overall just aesthetic of the game. I think he gets it. I found the game's lighting to be really well done. The upgrades were thoughtful. The perks, once they start stacking up, can be game-changing. That's right, in this video, I didn't realize that perks could be stacked and they could come up multiple times when you were re-rolling. And so once I changed my mindset to like, let me upgrade my guns and buy ammo, to let me keep recycling perks until, for example, my gun only uses a bullet 50% of the time, or let me keep re-rolling perks until I'm getting 4 or 5 scrap per second just passively, that's when the game really took off for me. The enemies are a threat in this game. You're not really going to be able to soak more than a few hits, and enemies all do different things in this title, even though their AI is pretty simple. That's good. It is a desperate run-and-gun game about deciding how to balance your resources with your time, and whether or not you've got an opening to go out and grab more scrap and buy further upgrades inside the labyrinthine corridor crawling map of the game. It intelligently combines the things that work from other games as well. So like, this is one of those games that takes a bunch of established gameplay ideas and comes up with something interesting. This game is Killing Floor, it's Call of Duty Zombies, Space Beast Terror Fright, a hint of friend slop in there, and it all comes together into something that works, it stands out and is unique. Really what the game needs is just more love and support. This is the perfect example of a game that was limited by its one-man creation, and I could see this becoming an absolute indie banger if it actually got some investment from a publisher, a cash infusion from sales to hire artists, modelers, animators, texture artists on a contractual basis in order to really refine what this game's got going on visually. Areas of improvement are pretty limited here. It's a game that knows what it wants to be, but I'd like to see much larger maps. I'd like to see more map interaction as well, lures to pull aliens into airlocks, then you can pay scrap to eject them all out, fixable light panels that give you damage buffs to anything that's inside the light radius, but if you accidentally shoot them or blow them up with a grenade launcher, they get re-damaged again, doors that can be welded shut to create funnels for enemies, more weapons, more enemy types. This is a game where really the sky is the limit, and I do think that if it leans into a Call of Duty Zombies thing a little bit more too, with just secrets and Easter eggs and stuff that you can find inside the maps by carefully paying attention and flicking switches and opening up walls. If this game gets financial support from either gamers ourselves or an outside body, I'm rooting for it because this developer understands what's fun. I hope they get it because it's been a really fun experience here today for the last 3 hours or so. It suffers from some minor pacing issues in the early game, but other than that, it's a stack of ideas made into something fresh in the overall gamescape of just indie games in general, and I liked it a lot. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were checking out Space Trench. Tomorrow we'll be checking out something else. Thanks for hanging out, folks, and that's all I got for you.